Most people spend their entire lives chasing money as if it is some distant treasure, hidden just beyond the next paycheck, the next promotion, the next big break. But let me tell you, money is never the real prize. Wealth, my friends, is not a number in your bank account. It is not the car in your driveway or the house on the hill. Wealth is a mindset. It is a philosophy. It is a set of quiet disciplines repeated daily that lead you to freedom, not someday, but sooner than you think. And the biggest lie you have been told about success, that it comes from effort alone, that if you just work harder, grind longer, sacrifice more, you will eventually earn your freedom. But let me ask you this. How many people do you know who work hard, really hard, yet remain broke? Working 80 hours a week, holding down 2 jobs, exhausted, frustrated, surviving, but never thriving. You see, effort is admirable, but it is not enough, because success, and more importantly, financial freedom, does not come from effort alone. It comes from discipline, direction, and design. So here are the 8 major lessons that changed my financial life forever. The lessons that helped me to become a multimillionaire, reach financial freedom, not just for me, but my whole family. 1. Wealth responds to discipline, not income. People say, I do not earn enough to save, but that is not true. It is never about how much you make. It is about what you do with what you make. Pay yourself first, before the landlord, before the tax man, before your weekend plans. Honor your future self. I started by saving just 10% of everything I earned. Sometimes it was just a few dollars. But that habit, it changed me. It taught me ownership. It taught me control. Wealth is not just about having money, it is about directing money, telling it where to go instead of wondering where it went. Every pound you save, every dollar you invest, it is a silent worker on your team. And the question is, are your workers building your future or someone else's? Discipline is the seed of wealth. The earlier you plant it, the greater your harvest. Lesson 2. The poor spend emotionally. The wealthy spend intentionally. Most people spend money to feel good. The coffee that becomes a habit. The gadget that brings momentary pleasure. The night out that empties the account. It is not that these things are evil, it is that they are unconscious. The wealthy pause before they spend. They ask, does this move me closer to or further from my goal? And that one question, it changes everything. Because money is not just about what you buy, it is about what you build. Wealthy people do not avoid spending, they simply invest first, plan first, protect their priorities first. Discipline is not deprivation, it is direction. It is telling your money what matters most. Financial maturity begins when you delay what you want now for what you want most. 3. Track everything. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Most people live in a fog when it comes to their finances. I think I am doing okay. But thinking is not knowing. The 3%, the ones who achieve lasting wealth, they know where every dollar goes. Because clarity creates power. Start with something simple. Track what you earn, spend, save, and invest every week. Yes, it might be uncomfortable. Yes, you might not like what you see, but the truth will set you free, financially and mentally. What gets tracked gets transformed. Tracking gives you feedback. Feedback gives you control, and control creates confidence. 4. Become more valuable, not just more busy. I used to think working longer hours would make me wealthy. But here is the truth. People do not pay for time. They pay for value. 10 hours doing what anyone can do is not the same as 1 hour doing what few can do. So ask yourself, what skill can I learn that will make me more valuable tomorrow than I am today? Learn to sell. Learn to speak. Learn to solve problems. Learn to think clearly under pressure. That is how wealth is built, one skill at a time. The world rewards those who solve real problems, not those who simply show up. Make yourself more useful, more creative, more rare, and money will begin to chase you. 5. Build systems that work without you. Discipline is good, but systems are better. Automate your savings. Automate your investments. Why? Because you will not always feel motivated. But systems do not need to feel. Set it once. Let it run. That is how the wealthy build momentum, not by willpower, but by design. Wealth is not built in bursts. It is built in rhythms. Systems turn discipline into a lifestyle, make wealth automatic, and success becomes inevitable. 6. Multiply your streams. If your entire financial life depends on one paycheck, you are one emergency away from a crisis. The 3% understand this. They do not rely on one leg to hold up the table. They build multiple legs. Income from a job, income from investments, income from business, passive income from assets. You do not need to start with all of them, but you must start with one. Even a small second stream creates resilience, and resilience is the foundation of freedom. Over time, multiple streams create choice, and choice is the true measure of wealth. 7. Wealth begins in the mind. Before it shows up in your bank account, wealth appears in your beliefs. If you believe money is evil, or success is for other people, or rich people are selfish, then wealth will run from you. But if you believe wealth is a tool, a responsibility, a means to serve and grow, then it will be drawn to you. Feed your mind what it needs. Read books on money. Listen to people who have built it. Surround yourself with those who stretch your thinking. As Jim Rohn used to say, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Your outer world will always rise or fall to match your inner world. Upgrade your mindset and your money will follow. And here a final thought. 8. Wealth is not about luck. It is about lifestyle. The biggest lie you have been told is that success is for the lucky, that wealth is for the chosen few. But I am here to tell you, it is for the disciplined, it is for the intentional, it is for the prepared. Do not wait for luck. Build a plan, create systems, grow your skills, multiply your streams. Decide that your future is worth more than your excuses. You do not need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Because the habits you practice today will become the lifestyle you live tomorrow. So finally, always remember, you are not paid for effort. You are paid for value. And the greatest value you can create is the person you become.